What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of my day-to-day life. I go by the name of Suti Major, and this is I don't know which episode, but I am currently in the kitchen preparing for yet another store activation that we're going to be having on Saturday. And yeah, this is the prep phase. For those who don't know, I work and own a beef production company, and on the side of that, we try different things with my cousin, who's a chef. And right now, we are working on our side project, which is to create the best burger in Eswatini. If you're watching this right now, you are seeing the beginning phase of making the best burgers in Eswatini. So, as I talk to you guys today in this episode, I am going to be peeling potatoes at the same time. I am not a chef. I love food. As this process of trying to open one of the best burger joints in Southern Africa, you gotta start the process. You gotta be a part of the journey. So basically, this episode, guys, I'm just gonna explain how we got here, really, and basically, it's 6 months. 6 months into the year. We 6 months into the year, so this is like another one of those like reflection of half the year of 2024, and just also explaining myself as a person, what I do. And for those just watching, thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing. um, Content creation is something that I've been doing, I think, ever since I was 16. Ever since I was 16, my friends and I actually, in high school, I was a part of a clothing brand called Black Party, and my job necessarily in that role with my friends was just to make sure that the vision that the designer had came out to life. So I had to go to the printing store, um, like relate the design to the person who was actually making the t-shirts. That was necessarily my job, and just making sure like things are done and the t-shirts look good and they're ready to be sold. So ever since the age of 16, I've always been in a space of creation and seeing ideas come to light, and it carried on for like, I think, until now, actually. So yeah, man, it's been interesting. My cousin here has been there every step of the way. You know, when you say like someone has seen it all, yeah, he's seen it all. And it's so surreal because for about 4 years we were apart from each other. I went to Asia, I went to Taiwan, and he was in Ukraine slash Spain. And even though we were apart, we always kept in touch, we always called. And even though the time zones were crazy, we just always made a plan. And now, fast forward 4 years later, we back again, hustling, trying to make our way, trying to make things come about. Slowly but surely, like one day at a time. It's all about patience. It's all about patience. If I could tell you that I'd be doing this 4 years ago, peeling potatoes, man, I would tell you, stop the cap, brother. What? And even the agriculture, like, I know a lot of people were very shocked, especially when I started posting it, and but also that, like, now that I think about it, like, agriculture has been in my life my whole life. It has been in my life for my whole life, if that kind of makes sense. because when I was growing up, when I was 6 years old, from the ages of 5 to 10, I used to visit my grandparents, and they had cows, they had goats, they had chickens, they had those white long neck ducks, what they call geese, right? Yeah, that. And then they had the short ducks with the red feet. Those are just ducks, exactly. So I've been around animals, like that farm life for real. Like growing up, like every holiday time around Christmas, I'll always go to my grandparents for about 3 weeks, and I'd always get to understand about cows, milk the cows, see the goats, chase the ducks, because that was just the life over there. And then I got introduced to my PlayStation, and then I would go and visit with my PlayStation, and the guys that used to stay on the farm, they never cared about that. So I then realized that actually the fun was when we were outside around the animals and all that. So it's actually come around full circle now that I'm working with cows, and rest in peace my grandparents, but I'm sure they are looking down and they're like, that's crazy, because I was considered the cheese boy, but I kind of still am a cheese boy, to be honest. A cheese boy, for those who don't know, is I guess someone who lives
spoiled brat.
A spoiled brat, but I'm not a spoiled brat. It's like I have the characteristics of a spoiled brat, but I'm not a spoiled brat. Like I don't know. I don't know how to necessarily describe it, because I mean, all my life we've had to hustle, man. Like, yeah, we've had to get it out the mud sometimes, So, I mean, just a few weeks ago, not even weeks, just a few days ago, we had to hustle it out the mud and like get tickets for a festival on the day, on the hour. Like, we didn't even have nothing. So basically, yeah. So looking into it, I've come to realize that like things come full circle in life. Like, it's surprising because maybe you didn't see coming, but when you actually like really sit down and think about it and look at it, it makes sense. This guy over here, just to share, he used to watch food channels. Like, I used to visit him, and while we were eating, that meal, like when you're about to have a meal, you normally like look for something to watch to kind of go with your meal. Like that Young Thug and Lil Durk meme where he's looking for like something. Like, yeah, that's me, like looking for something to watch to enjoy my food. And this guy over here would easily open a food channel and watch while he has his meal, because that was his favorite show. He would record episodes to watch later. And right now, man, he is cooking, bro. He's the mastermind, together with my sister, especially at the beginning. If you guys have seen, go and see the first video. It's called Selling Out My First Pop-Up. That's where you see these guys in action. Like, these guys are absolutely talented and amazing. I'm just a good team player, I'm just here to help wherever I can, which is why my job is to peel these potatoes. And yeah, man, everything happens full circle. Alright, so how did I get here in this position that I'm in right now? Well, I'll take it back 4 years ago. I finished high school when I was 18. I'm 24 now. I finished school when I was 18, and I didn't have the best maths marks. And I decided not to go and upgrade my maths, for countless of reasons. One being stubborn. And to my saving grace, I had an aunt in Taiwan, and also my dad. He liked the Asian community and the Asian environment because he would spend some time in Beijing for work purposes. So I applied to study business, and I got into a college called Ming Chuan, and I was studying international business and trade, but I also majored in marketing, and I minored in management, fashion management. So that was my course for 4 years. And within my experience of being in Taiwan, I had the privilege to work as well. So when I was in my sophomore year of college, I worked various jobs. I was a sales agent for a credit repair company. I was a quality assurance agent as well for the same company. And then I moved and I worked as a teacher, as an English teacher. And then on the side, I was working as a soccer coach. And then on the side again, I was working as a hotel waiter. And then towards the end, I did some freelancing. So I was like an artist manager slash content creator for a drama. So in that experience, like, it just taught me like working in different types of environments, what I liked, what I didn't like. And to be honest, it gave me experience at a young age, because the first job I got, I was just 20. It gave me experience to be able to manage like responsibility, to be a team player as well, to do your objectives, and basically be a good person, throughout your work shift, and being able to work with and relatable as well. So I think with that experience, when I graduated college, because I was not a fluent Chinese speaker, because the majority speak Mandarin, it was hard to get a different type of job, like a more cemented job in my field, such as marketing and business studies and everything like that. So I then decided to come back to my home country, which is Eswatini. So I came back home, and to be honest, it was not even in my plans to get a job, because again, I've been working ever since I was 20. So I then decided, you know what? Let me try something different. Let me think outside the box, and let me try start something that could not as well just help me, but to also create employment, to help the people around me, and to create something that my family could be proud of, and for something that like could be able to come together. So in that mindset that I had, my mother actually had a little bit experience of working with cattle and working with animals, because she had a chicken coop before. And so the most obvious thing that I wanted to do was start something that would have been a necessity in the environment that I live in. And food was just beef, to be precise, was just the first thing that came to mind. So my mother and I, we teamed up, and we got the right people beside us to help us, especially with the logistics and the understanding of beef production, because again, I went to business school. So my job was just to do the marketing and do the management and the finance and the bookkeeping, but we still needed people who understand the agricultural aspect of it and the science of it. So this is where, like, again, it taught me that you can't do everything by yourself. You definitely need the right people, the people with the expertise to be able to understand everything and also to put you up to speed. So I decided to do that, and then that became my career. And I've been doing that for about 9 months now. October is gonna mark 1 year, and yeah, that's just how it's been. And it's been interesting. It's been a journey, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, but more than anything, just a lot of growth. And this is just an example of it, because when I started this, I didn't even think about burgers. Like, I didn't even think about burgers. And look now, I'm working again with my cousin, which is beautiful, because again, surround yourself with people who know what they're doing. Like, he knows what he's doing, so I'm just there to really see his ideas out and to give mine whenever I can. And yeah, in the next episode, you guys are gonna see the final form of this, and the and me peeling these potatoes. You're gonna see me in action on the day, speaking to customers, because that's just what I like to do, meeting people and talking to them. So I hope you guys, at the end of this video, know me a bit more. I don't normally open up and talk about my life like this, so I just decided, I might as well go for it, see what happens. And yeah, please do comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.